Welcome back to my channel Nanda Academies. This is Dr. S. Nanda Gopalan. Thank you very much for seeing watching my videos, whatever I have posted hitherto. I'm very much thankful to all the viewers and the subscribers, and please encourage by subscribing more and sharing with your friends and relatives. I hope that you have enjoyed all my earlier videos. Let's now move on to today's video, which is going to be a subject matter. It is nothing but introduction to database management system, which I think all of you would have seen my video, which explained the concepts of database management systems. But this video is all about the MCQ, multiple choice questions, where I'm going to explain at least 10 questions and the answers for the same, and the justification for why you should select that and how to select an appropriate answer. So that's going to be the main agenda for today's video. And continue to watch my videos in future as well. Thanks. And we will now jump into the questions. Okay, let's now start looking at the questions and also the answers. The first question is, a database is one which is nothing but a collection of data, a large repository or memory, a shared collection of logically related data, none of the above. So the best method to select an appropriate answer lies something like this. Number one, if you know the answer directly, you can actually select that, provided you have sufficient knowledge and experience. Otherwise, you can go for elimination method. If you are sure that a particular option is not really correct, then you can eliminate that, and then you can try for the other 3 and eliminate the next one. You will be left with 2 and so on. So for example, in this question, what is a database? Database is not just simply a data, right? Because anything which you get as raw facts is called as data, and simply putting some data somewhere in memory or something like that doesn't really mean that it is a database. So when I say university database, it consists of certain entities or objects like teachers, students, courses, etc. So there is a sort of something logically related kind of data has to be stored in a database. So for instance, hospital database, let's take. So you have patients, your doctor, ward. See, these are some of the entities or objects which make sure that it is data related to these people or stakeholders in the database called as hospital. So if you look at these options, the last one of course is ruled out. It's not collection of data, so A is ruled out. And large repository of memory, yes it is, but that's not the exact answer, because C is actually a shared collection of logically, so everything matches here, and hence the answer for this question is C. So it's a shared collection of logically related data. Let's move on to now question number 2. Now you have to find out which one is the correct statement. Sometimes you may also get questions like incorrect statement, something like that. So let's try to find out which is the correct statement in this. A DBMS is a software that is used to manage databases. A DBMS is a software that is used to store data. No, DBMS is actually a database management system. Okay, database will store data, or it holds the data. So B is ruled out. Elimination process is a software that is used to write SQL. No, it's only part of it. SQL is a part of DBMS, SQL engine. So that's not the old thing. So C is ruled out. DBMS is a software that is used to write UI screens. No, you have HTML, CSS, Python, Flask. So DBMS is for backend. It's not for front end. So D is ruled out. So the only option left is A, which is a DBMS is a software that is used to manage databases. That's the correct answer. Let's now move on to the question number 3. In general, dash does not change over a... See, this is quite straightforward. What will not change? Database query can change. Indexing can change. Instance can change. Because instance means number of rows or the what kind of data you have at any point of time. So today you may have 10 students in the student database or university database. Tomorrow it may increase or decrease. So the best answer is the schema. So the schema or the structure of a database normally it changes, but predominantly it won't change over a period of time. Let's now move on to question number 4. Data independence is the property of database that helps us to... So this is quite lengthy kind of answers given. First one, change the schema, change the database schema at one level of a database system that requires actually what is data independence? I think instead of reading and wasting time, we can actually say that any changes which you make in a particular layer will not change the other layers, okay, other levels. Either we can put it. So just look for that answer here. Change D, for instance. Change the database schema at one level of a database system without requiring to change. You don't need to actually. So that's exactly the correct answer for data independence. Okay. So D is the correct answer. So question number 5, DDL. I think this also is a straightforward because DDL stands for data definition language. So that is straight away you have in B. Okay. So B is the correct answer because distributed definition, no. Data distribution, no. Data definition list. No, it's not a list, it's actually a language. So if you have the answer, I mean, if you know the concept behind DDL or the expansion, it is quite straightforward. Question number 6, metadata. This I think you would have studied by going through my PPT also. Teradata, no. Hyperdata, no. Information, yeah, it is data about data. So information, data about database, I think that matches quite well. So C is the correct answer. Let's now move on to question number 7, which says 2 people booking the same seat in a train. So there is a transaction kind of thing, and hence concurrently your application is being accessed by 2 people or 2 users. So I think concurrency. So there is some kind of word concurrency which you have to look for rather than redundancy, can't be controlled, application control. No. So you have, concurrency control is the best matching for this question. Then we have question number 8. Relational model. I think this is also a straightforward one. It's not hierarchical, it's not network, it is not object, it's actually rows and columns. So what is a relational model? It's simply rows and columns. I think you don't need to read even the other options. So directly you can say that option number A is the correct answer. Now let's move on to question number 9. I think this also is an expansion oriented. So SQL, I think that is the heart of database. So everybody should know about this structured query language. So that matches with B, and single query, structured, quick language, query lab, all these are simply to confuse the students or the people who are taking up this, maybe for interview or maybe for return test, etc. So SQL means structured query language. I think I would have given a standard query language also I could have added here. Okay. Question number 10. DBMS are mini world entities of healthcare system. So mini world means that it comprises of what is more appropriate to that particular system, forgetting about the rest in the whole world. So when we talk about healthcare, immediately what comes to our mind is patient, doctor, ward. So D, I think it's not flight. Flight is nothing to do with healthcare. Customer, item, order, nothing to do with that. ID, phone number, email, maybe it's for employee, student, that's okay, or customer, but not for this. Healthcare system, ID, phone number, email, yes, it is important. But the problem is that more matching, how best your answer matches, that's very important. So patient, I think that itself is great. So D is the correct answer. So we have come to the end of this MCQ. So go through similar kind of questions, and thanks for watching. Let's meet again maybe in another MCQ for module 2, which is entity relationship diagram.